the Call of Duty killer.
Here we go again.
If you've been playing Call of Duty for a while, you have most definitely heard this term before. It feels like it comes up every few years about a different game, and it has once again came up with the new release of the closed beta for XDefiant. And just to refresh your memory, I'm going to list off a few games that were supposed to be quote-unquote COD killers. So the first one I can remember was Titanfall. And obviously Titanfall has not killed Call of Duty. Not saying it wasn't a good game, but it never even got close to reaching the level of Call of Duty. Battlefield was all supposed to be a COD killer at one point in time, but it's kind of in its own category now. It's doing successful in its own way. It's kind of reaching a different demographic than Call of Duty, but it still never lived up to that COD killer that people were saying it was going to be. And the most recent was Splitgate. I felt like this game was given the unfair COD killer title because it was only developed by like 2 people. So like the development team was very small, and there was a lot of people trying to play on it, and it could just never live up to that Call of Duty hype, that Call of Duty level with only that many people working on the game. It was never supposed to be this Call of Duty killer, but people gave it that title unfairly. But that's besides the point. People gave it the Call of Duty killer title, and it kind of just died off like a few months after that. And now XDefiant is getting the same treatment. Everybody's saying it's going to die just like the rest of the COD killers. It's never going to live up to the hype. And to that I say they are absolutely right. And the truth of the matter is, at this point in time, no game will ever dethrone Call of Duty. Call of Duty has already solidified itself as one of the top gaming franchises of all time. And no matter what they do, what they release, people are going to buy the game and people are going to play it just for the simple fact that it's Call of Duty. At this point in time, Call of Duty has reached the Apple status where no matter what they do, what they release, they can release the same game over and over, just like Apple can release the same phone over and over with just a minor difference. People are going to buy that next Apple phone, and it's just like Call of Duty. Like, no matter what Call of Duty releases, people are going to buy it anyways, just for the simple fact that it's Call of Duty. And that brings me to the point of the entire video is nobody wants a Call of Duty killer. You might see everyone making videos about COD killers, especially these big YouTubers, these big influencers, especially the ones big into the Call of Duty community. They're like, oh, this could be the next COD killer. If we're being completely honest, nobody wants that. The only thing they want is a competitor for Call of Duty to push them to be a better game. You see, for years, Call of Duty has had nobody. They've been in a league of their own, and they have been for a long time now. Like, nobody's been able to compete with Call of Duty and replicate that same 6v6 arcade shooter type game mode. And you see, that's the issue. You see, when you have no competition, there's nothing pushing you to do better. For example, if you're running a race and you're all by yourself, for years, there's nobody else in the competition, it's just you running the race, there's nothing pushing you to do better, there's nothing pushing you to keep running faster, because no matter what you do, you're in first place, you're the top runner, and it's been the same with Call of Duty. They've been in a league of their own for years with no competition, so there's nothing pushing them to create a better game, there's nothing pushing them to do better, to make innovation, because they already know they're at the top of the game, and no matter what they do, they are number one. So you see, all we need from XDefiant is to be a Call of Duty competitor, not a killer, just a competitor, because if they're able just to take a fraction of the player base from Call of Duty, put it on XDefiant, that is a fraction of people that's not buying the Battle Pass, that's not buying the next Call of Duty, and I guarantee Call of Duty will listen once that happens, because that is less money that they are making, and Call of Duty is money motivated. When it comes to money, that is all they care about. We've seen this with the past games, with the Battle Pass. Everything they do is strictly for money. So if there's a game out there taking money from their pockets, causing them to make less money than they normally would, then they're going to do everything they can in order to get that money back, to make that money. And the thing is, in order to get that money back, to get those players back, the thing they would have to do is listen to the community, make a better game, be more innovative. And by doing that, it would be a win-win for the community, both communities at hand, the Call of Duty community, the XDefiant community, because we now have 2 great games to play. We have a great Call of Duty game, we have a great XDefiant game, we have options, and it's just great for everybody. Like, if Call of Duty is getting stale, you can go play XDefiant. If XDefiant is getting stale, you can go play Call of Duty. You don't like a certain update they added, you don't like something they changed, you can go back and forth. And it would just be the most ideal situation, because it's not forcing players to be in a specific, like, well, this is what we have, so this is what we got to play. Instead, it'd be options. And this is just a win-win. Like I said, this is the most ideal situation. So XDefiant succeeding is great for everybody. And with that being said, for the past few days, I have played the XDefiant beta. It is enjoyable. It definitely has potential to be a Call of Duty competitor, but it's up to us at the end of the day. Because if we decide as a community it's going to fail, then it's going to fail. And if we don't give it a chance, if we don't play it, then it will never be that Call of Duty competitor that we need so badly. But that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Let me know down below what you guys think. Do you guys think this game could be the next Call of Duty competitor? Or you feel like it's destined to fail like the rest of the other games? If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.